Hi, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I haven't spoken up a lot yet this term here. Usually I'm sitting here listening to what you all have to say and find that a lot of the things that I have to say are the same or similar, and I think, I don't have to say anything. Nobody needs to hear me repeat what everybody else said, especially at now 1:05 in the morning. But here I am at 1:05 in the morning, and I'm going to say some things that I think that we've already touched on, but I feel the need to say it anyways. It's been a difficult thing for me to grapple with as well. A lot of the things that people have been discussing tonight have been things that have preceded me, and have not been things that I have been part of the decision-making process and only followed as a Madison citizen. And there's still a lot that I have left to learn about how the police department runs, how we make our decisions. I think that we all have a lot to learn, no matter how long we've served. But there were some points that resonated with me. I know that while listening to the testimony from the public, there were a few folks that kind of hit me in the gut. And the things that they were saying were very hard to hear. As a person of color who does not look like a person of color, my experience is more akin to someone who is white in Madison when I go out in public. But I know that I have relatives and I have friends that don't have the same privilege that I do. And hearing about that from people who are not privileged the same way that I am was very, again, like I said, hit me hard. At the same time, you know, a lot of the things that we've heard have had to do with the fatigue that our officers feel currently because of overtime and inability to take vacation days or take a trip. And I think that having officers that are rested and having officers that will that feel like they're able to take care of themselves as well as the rest of our city will be able to take care of our city better. So I am going to be supporting this because I do want to make sure that we have people who are, you know, have a full tank, so to speak, and are able to help protect us the way we want them to. But I also don't think that that's the end all be all. We all have heard everything about how staffing is not the only issue, and we all know that needs to be a big public health approach to violence in our city, and we need to, hopefully we can use some of that 170,000 that will hopefully be going back in, and we can use that for some of those efforts. But I also want us to, and I hope that people will think about the culture. We saw some of it in the OIR report, particularly for officers of color. When I was in college, and then when I was a college admissions advisor, I worked with students of color, and particularly Native students, and a lot of times they would say, and when I was in college, we always would say, you know, the school worked really hard to get us there, but they didn't care what happened to us when we were there. And that's kind of what I hear in those officers of color, in their experiences. They feel that they've been recruited to be here but aren't supported once they get here. And we need to make sure that we're supporting them as well, because they're important. They're important to our city, and I hope that we can continue to think about the experience of people who are not or who are different in whatever way they're different, and appreciate them and their service. So before I ramble on too much more, I will stop. Thank you.